How's everybody doing here tonight? I'm your host, Sean Joyce. This is Swords for the Men, the Sabres show, and we are not in a very good mood.
No, we are not.
Josh, how are you?
This is the man Josh coming to give you some inside scoop on the Sabres today and how they've been doing lately. And we're not very impressed. I'm going to be honest with you guys. They're not really showing anything to me lately.
We talked up the defense for the first few shows. Mm-hmm. We were so excited because we had 7 defensemen for 6 spots and the competition, and everyone's going to play good. Well, if you don't play actual defense in the National Hockey League, and that goes for the offense not back-checking too, then goals are going to happen.
That's exactly what's happening.
And 6-goal games are going to happen. Mm-hmm. And starting out 0-3-1 is going to happen. Mm-hmm. So we have 4 losses and 1 point.
Sorry,
we are last place in the division right now.
We're just trying to tell you the truth right now.
Now, what we have also said for the past couple of weeks is, okay, Phil is a first-time head coach in the NHL level.
I understand.
Jason Bottrell's first-time GM, NHL level. This is their first time. This is the first time he's put a system in as the head coach. A completely different system from Dan Bylsma last year. Mm-hmm. We're playing offense. Our defensemen are jumping up into the play. But they're not getting back.
No.
And it's costing us goals. And it's good to score. We didn't score a lot last year. We complained about scoring last year.
Yeah.
But you got to do both.
There's got to be both sides of it. There's got to be an offensive side of the puck. There's got to be a defensive side of the puck. And it's just a little bit too lackluster right now.
It's very frustrating. But we're going to go over the week. We're going to try to find some positives. There's a few positives, but the negative list is this long.
I'd say the negative list is this long. Positives was a little right there, but we'll point some out to you guys.
We're gonna have to be negative today. I'm sorry. I hate being negative, but it's not. It ain't happening.
I'm just looking for the win. Please just get a win out of here, please. Finally.
Mm-hmm. Pray to God this weekend on the road, but we're gonna go to the last week. We're gonna go over last week for you. Last Saturday night, the Sabres traveled to New York in their second game of the season to play the Islanders. We lost 6-3. Josh, what's your biggest thing you took away from Saturday?
6-3, man. You know, when you're letting the team run up the score that much on you in hockey, that just shows that you're not playing very well at all. And you know, there's some positive things out of this. You know, our first line they kind of strive well. You know, but outside of that, it's like you gotta have more than one line produce. And it's just terrible right now, to the point where, you know, I'd hate to say it, but I don't want to lose interest. But you know, they're kind of making me a little bit disappointed.
Uninterested.
Disappointed right now. I'd hate to say uninterested to you guys, but I'm disappointed in them. Very disappointed.
We have switched up all our lines, all 4 games, at least in some way or fashion. Mm-hmm. We have switched up our second line and first line a lot, but there's been 2 constants in the first 4 games of the season. Yeah. At least some consistency. Jack and Pominville have been playing together on the first line, and then they've been rotating the other way.
That's very true.
And O'Reilly and Oposo have been playing together on line 2. I think we might have to break up O'Reilly and Oposo. Mm-hmm. They're not scoring. No. They have, I believe, 1 point through 4 games right now.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, man. Guess what?
They have none.
I think they need to both be leaders of their own lines. That's what needs to happen.
Okay.
I think that's what should happen.
I know
it's okay to rotate players, but you can't have too much star power on one team, because sometimes when you lay out the expectations for them, they turn out to be very high. They kind of let you down if it doesn't produce the way it's supposed to, because you're imagining all that star power.
Dude, I want to say star power. We know we have some good players, especially Kyle Post and Ryan O'Reilly. But when they're playing
so much skill, man,
and they're not scoring together, is there any excuse?
They should have no reason to score. You know, and that's especially one main thing that we focused on this offseason. We tried our best to keep our guys. We re-signed Jack. And what happens every single time? You know, they're not producing as much goals as they should be right now. And for as much skill that we have, I don't like what's going on.
It's frustrating. But as I said to my brother earlier, we were talking about the game and wondering, left wing's our weak position. We moved Sam Reinhart to third line center because center's his natural position. And we moved him to wing for this fourth game today.
Yeah.
The lines today were Jack, and today I mean against the Sharks. We played the Sharks tonight. We were covering after the game. Tonight against the Sharks, Jack, Pominville, and Zemgus, which was pretty cool. And they did well.
I wish he could produce the way he did in the season that
O'Reilly, Kane, and Oposo couldn't score. I think Kyle and Ryan can't play together, and they've played together for now their whole last year together into this year.
Nothing's happening.
It's not working. I don't know what you want to do, but
maybe they should have some one-on-one meetings together and learn how to chemistry a little bit better.
Now, I'm guessing here, but after Monday's terrible, terrible game against New Jersey, which I was at, which I wish I wasn't at, I think they had a team meeting, and there was discussion, and they played well tonight against the Sharks. I cannot complain. So, coming from Saturday night's game against the Islanders, where we went 0 for 4 in the power play.
I'll tell you, man, you're a brave guy for purchasing a ticket to a game so far this season. Because guess what? I haven't gone to any this season, and I'm gonna wait until I see some wins because I'm sorry, my living every week is not worth taking some money out just to go to see a team not produce the way I'd like them to produce.
We are hardworking men. We need a reason.
As much as I love to go to the game, I love the atmosphere, dude. There's nothing like going to a Sabres game, but they need to score, and they need to especially win a game. First priority is to win a game at least.
Negatives from Saturday night. We'll wrap up the Islanders game quickly. Nathan Beaulieu getting destroyed.
Weakest spot.
Dropping that puck back to Johnny Tavares. And I've noticed a lot of loose passing.
Yeah.
I know in hockey it's all about feeling and guys have to play together. But what's the golden rule in front of the net, Josh? With your goalie. You do not pass in front of your goalie no matter what.
Yeah.
I play defense in my bar league. I would never put it in front of my goalie. You put it up the boards. You put it to the center if you know someone's there.
Yeah.
You can't just guess behind you. Nate Beaulieu, you're going to get torn. It's only begun, don't worry.
Sorry, man.
No sorry.
Rest in peace, actually. He's buried 6 feet
I
under.
like you, but we gotta go in on this one for a little bit. But we lost 6-3 against the Islanders this past Saturday. Vander Kane, 2 goals and assists. Jack, goal and assist. Whoever Jack's with has been producing on.
They're always going to be.
Jack, and Kane did well.
Yeah, and especially because their player's always going to produce because he draws all the attention. So therefore, they're going to focus on him, and then say it's Pominville, Jack will just pass to Pominville, he'll score. Evander will score. Another thing I wish that I could see Jack Eichel score a little bit more, but he's too much of a team player. A team player, and I'm not saying that's a disadvantage. It's not. I don't dislike that. But I'd like him to get some goals in his stat category.
You want to be a little more selfish?
I'd like him to get some stats, not just assists and passes. I'd love to see a goal,
If Jack is going to be more selfish, he definitely needs to be in the power play.
Make me want that $8 million contract.
Would you agree with that?
What's that?
The power play, going 1 for 11 in the past 3 games, I think that's definitely the time you need to be more selfish, especially Jack on the power play.
Yeah.
Because when he gets in a corner, or he gets on the boards, and he's playing keep away, he's playing keep away, and that draws 2 guys to him. And on power play, when there's 4 guys, and you draw 2 on 1, then you got 2 against 4.
Yep.
Power play is not clicking. We'll get into that. Believe me. Monday, Columbus Day. Good Lord. I went with my best friend, James. Thank you, James, for taking me to the game for free. I bought him a beer. But man, that was not a good way to spend my Columbus Day. The Sabres lost 6-2 at home in a matinee game.
Disappointing. Big disappointment. No, I'm not sounding sarcastic. I am very disappointed.
Dead ass serious.
Dead ass beat.
Yeah, boy. Defense getting shredded. Jake McCabe getting shredded. Nate Beaulieu getting shredded.
Maybe Jake McCabe should get sent back down.
We did chat about that before the show. Now, Jake McCabe's young. This is his second real full season in a new system.
Yeah.
But yeah, you gotta give time, and we're not.
Not all prospects come out to turn like Jack Eichel right away, or even anyone like Patrick Kane, Sidney Crosby. They don't all turn out.
We're not being patient about these little things.
We gotta be used to a normal rookie.
We're in the moment right now.
They don't advance right away. It's just, I think he's not helping. He's not very much helping us right now.
No.
As much as I'd like him to.
I like Nate Beaulieu on the offensive side so far, but he's not clicking with everyone yet. And he's not clicking on D yet. And this takes time. And we know that, but back-to-back 6-goal games, which is something you can't really sleep on right now. Vander Kane had a great game on Monday with 2 goals, 2 spectacular goals, especially his breakaway, which sent the whole arena into a frenzy. The only bright spot of the night. But, you can't enjoy your night when you lose 6-2.
You know what? This is what I'm really going to get mad about, is that Evander Kane keeps doing this, he's going to become a trade bait. And that's the reason why we need to get more wins right now. Because if he's going to be the only one sticking out, more people are going to want him. So we need to start producing more as a team and scoring more goals, because he's going to be the only one sticking out. So everyone's going to be interested in him. And that's not really supposed to be the guy that's supposed to be the top guy. But if it turns out that way, then it's alright. But
extreme premature bitching from me right here. Extremely premature. But if it gets down to that trade deadline, and Evander Kane, who is our best pure goal scorer, period, is putting up a monster year, which he's on pace for right now, and we really consider trading him, well, if Kyle Poso, Ryan O'Reilly, or Sam Reinhart are not working in this system, and Evander Kane is working in this system,
keep him.
Then you have to keep him. I'm sorry. I don't know if these guys are going to work in this system.
It's just so disappointing, though, because I don't want to be saying that about Ryan O'Reilly. I don't want to be saying that about Sam Reinhart. Did you see how well Sam Reinhart advanced last year?
Yep.
How much better he skated. He didn't fall down. He was scoring goals. Him and Jack Eichel were supposed to be the duo.
Yep. Again, I think this third line.
I think they need to get back into this whole blend again and not change things up and continue where they left off last season and let those 2 guys be the skaters that they could be.
I think Sam Reinhart's experiment at center, the third line, has to stop.
Yeah. Sam
needs to play left wing.
First of all,
it's over. He's a left wing.
First of all, he's not even big enough to be a center.
No.
Not at all.
No.
He should not be a center. I'm sorry.
But
he's a goal scorer.
He is a center, right?
But
he was a center growing and coming up through the ranks.
Yeah, he's just not. He's not a physical center though.
No.
Not at all. He has too much finesse and skill. He's not really a center.
I think he's a wing in the NHL. He's put up back-to-back 45-point seasons, 47 last year. He's a wing.
And honestly,
we need left wings.
Mm-hmm.
Put him there. Sorry.
And at some point, you know what happens to those stats year after year? They progress.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they should stick him right back to where he goes.
Yeah, I think that needs to end.
Phil, I think you need to change some things up for us, please.
We'll be able. try to be nice too.
I know you're new to coaching.
He is switching a lot.
He's new to coaching.
And he's trying to find what works, and we're seeing our little bit positives are working. There's still a lot of things that we have to fix. Well, tonight is, right now it's Friday the 13th.
Ooh, baby! Uh-oh.
Buffalo Sabres unfortunately played Thursday night's game to start their 4-game Western road trip in San Jose. We lost tonight to the Sharks 3-2 in regulation time, but a much, much better defensive showing than the first 2 nights. I caught the second half of the game when I got home from our Ring of Honor tonight.
Yeah.
But, so I caught the second half of the game, and they're playing D. It was not sloppy. I really saw a lot of difference from the first 3 games. First 3 games just open. I love open hockey, but if no one's there or you're playing open to the other team, you're hurting.
There needs to be a blueprint laid out before the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There can't be no freestyle, and we're not just skating around with the puck. Whoever has it, who has it. You know, we need a solid blueprint before the game. And they need to stick to it. And if it's not working, then fine, adjust to it. But stop changing things up 24/7.
In the Devils game on Monday, Coach Halsey changed the lines all game. And I guess that's fine when you're losing 5-1, 6-1.
Yeah.
To switch up, like, screw it, yeah.
I guess you might as well test things out then, but it's like...
This is the testing period too, but we're not happy about it.
No, and I really hope the general idea is not to tank this year.
No way. Hey, we say a lot of things about Terry Brugula, but we know Terry loves the Bills, but this is his baby. And if you think Terry's up there happy that we're 0-4 while 0-3-1, he's not. I can guarantee that. If the Sabres are losing, Terry's mad. And yeah, he's a businessman, and he's smart enough to know that, all right, I got a new, as we should be a little smarter, there's a new system, we gotta be patient, we gotta hold on, we gotta relax.
I think he definitely, here's the thing though, is the Bills are more his, yes, he takes care of them, and this is hockey right now, but let me just put a little football into this.
One Buffalo.
Yeah. Like, he more learns more lessons from owning the Bills, and he puts that knowledge into owning the Sabres also. Because the way he's already gone through getting a whole other general manager and a head coach, and how those kind of happened at the same times. But it's more like, not that he doesn't love the Bills, but like they're more of like a test.
He likes and loves the Bills, but you can agree this is his baby.
Yeah,
he bleeds fucking blue and gold.
Yeah, he definitely puts a lot of heart into the Sabres Sabres side more than the Bills side. But he still loves Buffalo.
Where are you going? What's your point? That's the point. Loves them. But you know what? Tonight we can sleep on it. Tonight, line 1, Josh. 2 goals from Jason Pominville, 2 assists from Zen Gurgisons, and 2 assists from Jack Eichel. So, let's keep line 1 together, right? At least we can sleep on that and say, line 1's okay. But whatever you're going to do about these bottom 9, 10, 11 guys, I don't make one line work, at least. Get line 2 up to par. I don't care if you bring fucking O'Reilly or Posto down line 3.
Yeah.
This is produce. This is hockey. You have to produce any sport. But this...
they should go down to those lines because they're playing weaker guys and they can produce more.
One trick pony, man. One line. It's just like... It's so frustrating. I don't know. Josh George has played really well tonight. And, Josh got the boot early in the year. He was the 7th man. So as we said and hoped, the fire has been lit on Josh. And he's like, I think it was lit tonight. He had 5 blocks. And Josh ain't afraid to get in front of the puck.
No, that's
so it's like, okay, there's the competition. That's what we're looking for. I don't think Antipin should be pulled. I think Antipin's playing well. I think Antipin needs more minutes. But again, Victor's transitioning to the NHL style. He's never played in the NHL.
Yeah.
So he's a rookie, basically. So, understandably so. Your boy Lehner had a 8.85 tonight save percentage. It's pretty good. Hey.
It's a B grade of a B performance to me.
Yeah. We can't really be mad at tonight. They played well. The Sharks are good. And you know what? Defense looked a lot better, and they looked a lot more complete tonight, and I can't complain about that. But what we can't complain about is the power play.
I'm going to call it. They're gonna win the next game, finally.
Yeah.
I think so.
Even though we're on the Western trip?
Finally. And yeah, because of course, when it's not most expected, it's gonna happen.
You know what? I like that, and I can dig it. Tomorrow night, we go to LA to play the Kings, though, in LA at 10:30.
I haven't checked much on them. How they doing?
I'm not sure. Let's take a look. I don't know. I'll get back to you on that one. But we've lost 9 straight games, dating back to preseason.
Mm-hmm.
As a professional athlete and a competitor, you get mad. You get competitive. You do not want to lose. You will not lose.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? It's getting to that point. Oh, the Kings are only undefeated, 2-1. But I'm behind you on your prediction.
All right.
We're going to look positive at it.
Hopefully.
But let's complain about the power play a little bit. We're 1 for 11 in our first 3 games.
Disgusting.
And, excuse me, we're now 1-14 after the night. I watched one of our power play today that we had, and it was the same thing I take away from all the other games. We're having trouble, and yes, it's a Holman power play.
You know what?
But they're having trouble planting and staying in the zone and just getting a consistency going. But do you think that is a little alarming, because there's only one outside person playing on the first power play, and that's Nate Bogey. Everyone else is the same. So what gives?
I don't really understand it, because it's the same power play going into last season.
And it has done well?
Yeah, and I was just actually thinking that, like, what I don't get is, what happened to the power play that was right underneath Pittsburgh?
Yep.
What happened? Yeah, what happened to the second best power play in the league?
Jack, Vander, Sam, Bristow,
and
Ryan.
And this is the one time I won't shit on Beaulieu. Is one player just can't ruin it. Come on.
And he's been doing pretty well offensively.
I'm not
in the zone, but
yeah,
they can't. My biggest.
They need to get back into the zone. Like, focus on realize they're playing a real NHL hockey season in a power play. Come on, guys. Let's get it back in our heads now. Let's start scoring more goals, please.
Oh man, we could just go on all day about the negatives, but you know what? We do actually have some positives. So we're going to break some positives down after the break. We'll be back with you soon. We're back here on the show, and we do have some good news. We're going to head over down the 90 to our good friends in Rochester. The Americans are 2-0.
A good old farm team.
Yes. Down on the farm, Rochester won their first 2 games, home and home against Syracuse, 3-1 and 3-2 in overtime, back-to-back nights. They've had all week off the last 6 days. They played tonight, Friday the 13th, against Utica at home, but 2-0 is a good start, better than 0-4.
Yeah.
Are you happy with that? That's exactly what you expected?
That's pretty satisfying, you know. Anytime the Sabres let me down, I always look back down to the Americans, and I'm like, you know what, they're not technically Buffalo, but let's see how well they're doing.
Of course we care about our Americans.
I care about our, of course, first and foremost, I care about our prospects, because those guys are the future of who go on the Sabres roster.
And we've talked so much about how stacked it is down there, and we're going to go over that again in a second, but let's head to the biggest story in Rochester right now. Good old Captain C, Brain Gionta, is skating with the Americans, but he can't play on Rochester or the Sabres, of course, if we wanted him, unfortunately, but he can't play in Rochester because the ban going on with the Olympics. So Brian Gionta is planning to skate with the team for the next 6 months as kind of player coach on the ice, helping them out, and keeping him in shape for the Olympics so he can represent Team USA.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that's a very good move by the team. You know, talk about a veteran player who's got a lot of experience on teams. You know, he's a native actually to Western New York.
I always forget that he's from Rochester.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
that's mine. Hometown guy helping out kids who are just trying to make it big in the league. And at the same time, he's conditioning himself, getting ready for the big games that he has coming up.
Now, you know what I think's going to happen prediction-wise? We, of course, know how good Rochester is right now. We have high expectations for the Americans this season.
Yeah.
I think Rochester should be in the middle of the pack, 4 or 5 seed. But I think after the Olympics are over, Brian Gionta might hop on the team. And Brian Gionta in shape after the Olympics, coming right in Rochester.
I think that'd be great.
Oh, man, dude. Well, how would it be? It's like, it's so old school to me. It's like, it's 96 Rochester Americans. It's Dixon Ward putting up 120 points in the season. It's, oh, God, it's Jitnik. It's so exciting to have Rochester doing good. It reminds me when I was a young child and our 99 Cup team had all those prospects building. And it's like you get a veteran like Brian Gionta, potential Hall of Famer, to lead that team and those young guys to the Calder Cup, which Jason Bottrell said he wants to win both. That's his goal. He's in charge of both. Wilkes-Barre down there in Pittsburgh.
I love the fact that he shows passion for his prospects, also his farm team. That's also another advantage of having him.
Would you be excited if G stepped on and went for the playoff run?
Oh man, I like the fact that you'd have a veteran NHL player hopping down in the minor leagues. He'd probably skate all over them.
And he's played with a lot.
Make him look 20 again.
He's played with a lot of these guys. He's played with Justin Bailey. He's played with Kevin Porter, Taylor Fadoon, Casey Nelson, Nathan Pache, welcome back, Hudson Fashion, all of our real young guys, Gooley. He's played with them last 3 years. You didn't hear? Rochester signed back Nathan Pache. Yes, Nathan is.
Oh.
But because, I can only equate it to when you play NHL. Yeah. And when you play NHL as the Sabres, as we're Sabres fans, we want Rochester to do well because we love Rochester too as much. So it's like, you know what? Let's, we're having our prospects build down there.
Let's make this team as good as we can.
Put some veterans on there. And just like you would in the video game. It's like Kevin Porter.
Make them an all-star team.
Kevin Porter, Nathan Pache. Leaders, strong, solid veterans that are going to lead us forward. And when you have 2 strong veterans in that doesn't hurt either.
Yeah.
Linus Ullmark, of course, and Adam Wilcox, who we talked up as
both
veteran backup.
Pretty good NHL experience. A few games. But,
after the first game, CJ Smith has a goal and an assist. He's got 3 points. Justin Bailey has 2 goals in 2 games. Nothing else pops off the paper here.
Of course, the hometown kids.
Linus Ullmark and Wilcox and Ullmark each split a game, got each the win. And Ullmark only let 1 goal in off 28 saves. I think Linus has the potential this season to do insanely well. And if he does insanely well, maybe, I love Chad Johnson, maybe Chad Johnson gets traded at the deadline or something and, give Linus a shot to play backup. Because
we got to move him up in the league sometime.
That's a big question mark in that because Lanner's got 1 year left. Johnson signed a 2-year deal.
This is Johnson's second time coming on through Buffalo. I'm sure he enjoys the wings a lot, though, but it's time for a goalie to finally be on the roster permanently. You don't need to keep cycling through them like a wash.
Yeah, that's a question
mark. It's
a
revolving door, man.
So,
it's constantly been a revolving door.
Yeah, well...
And I'm not saying Johnson did perform well when he was on our team last time. But
now, I'm not going to throw you under the bus, my friend. And I know you've been a little harsh on the goalies, which is your opinion. I respect it. But me personally, I'm going to wait a little bit until I see the 5 men in front of our netminders play D,
most
then
definitely.
I'm going to put in more of.
I think 3 games is a very short time span,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to be shitting on them so early.
Yep.
But it's just what's leading me to right now, to what's going on right now, and I don't want to always just exclude a goalie like they're the prima donna selfish player, because I think at some point there are mistakes that a goalie can make, but at the same time I do agree with your opinion where you say that you're waiting to see guys in front of the net, because guess what I'm seeing as much as Sean's seeing, no guys in front of the net.
Or 3 guys in front of the net of the other jersey and 1 defenseman in front of the net.
You know, that means the other team scores. You know, that means for us, we lose.
Yes, back-to-back 6-goal games. I can go to bed tonight a little happier about how we played tonight against the Sharks. And the Sharks are good, but speaking of the Sharks, we are stuck on the West Coast right now. We're entering a 4-game road trip. Well, it started tonight. Fortunately, we lost the first. We play the Kings tomorrow and Saturday night, 10:30. We then play the Ducks back-to-back. We head to Anaheim the next day, play the Ducks at 9. And then Tuesday night, we head to Las Vegas, Nevada, play the expansion first year. Las Vegas, 3-0 Golden Knights. So the road trip does not get easy. Josh, you got any predictions for the next 3 days?
Let's say for the next three games, we're probably, let's say for once, you know what? This is a positive thought coming out. We're going to go 2-1 over that road trip.
All right. And you know what? You were telling me earlier you saw some quotes after the game tonight that they're mad.
Mm-hmm.
You want your team mad.
Jack sounds angry.
They should all be angry. If every man in the locker room right now, if all 19, 20, 25 of them are not angry right now, you're in the wrong business.
And you ain't on the right team.
That's true.
And all I'm going to say is you can find yourself out. You can find your way out of here.
There's the door. I believe in the next 3 games we will pull one out. I can't see us going 0-4 on a road trip.
No, I'm not going to say so.
But it's still a bummer that we're looking at it that way. We have the potential to start, 1-5-1.
Yeah.
But
we should have definitely taken advantage of the home games that we've had. And we haven't. And it's not turning out, Home games are where you're really supposed to get your wins at.
Mm-hmm.
If you're starting off that bad, there ain't no getting home games out of that time.
Let alone we're praying that the Western road trip we pull out something, the hardest trip of the year, or Eastern, vice versa, depending on whatever coach you're in the league.
You want me to point it out, or do you want to point it out? What the biggest factor, in my opinion?
Get it, my friend.
The time difference.
Oh yeah. Well, here's my question for you. Now that we played tonight, Thursday night, and we have 2 days and we'll be in California now for 2 days. Do you think that your body clock will be more adjusted and they'll be ready to go Saturday night in LA better than they were tonight?
And honestly, yeah, that sounds highly likely. Because even if they do end up losing tomorrow night, that is tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, this Friday the 13th,
technically. They can get used to it the later on they go on the West Coast. And maybe they'll win the last 2 games.
It wouldn't hurt getting hot, especially now.
And you know what? Honestly, if we don't win the first game, we're going to win one of the games. And most likely, I'm going to say we're going to beat the new guys in the league as good as they sound.
I don't want to look too far.
Spoiler alert.
We'll be ready Tuesday night. I'm excited for next Tuesday to see us play in LA for the first time. But I don't want to look too far ahead, but next week's Canucks Bruins West Coast.
Yeah.
And hope to God that we're up to speed by then and everything's ready to go. And, those are 3 very winnable games. And if we can pull it out at that point and take it home, and I expect 2 of those 3. But, hey, 1 game at a time. We're speaking 5 games ahead, so
yeah.
We'll see what
happens. Just got to take it game by game.
I agree. Well, that about does it for us here. Hoping that the Sabres step it up on the Western road trip and pull in some of these
wins. Finally, catch up to your 3 losses that you already got.
Praying that our bottom 4 on the D and our bottom 3 lines start to work out. But I can, again, I go to bed happy tonight knowing that after the game, there's anger.
Yeah.
And not in a controlled anger.
And that's what you want. You want your players to be fierce.
Especially when you start 0-4.
Play with passion. Fight.
Wouldn't mind seeing a fight.
And that's what I haven't seen yet. So you need to fight. Fight for your players. Fight on the ice. Whoop a guy's ass if you have to.
Yeah, I think we need
Get your team started.
We need to see some more edge. Pray to God they come out with some edge Saturday night, because the Kings will beat you up if you don't have it.
You got rid of. I got one thing to say. You know what? You know, a guy fights a lot. They got rid of
Jordan Nolan.
No, Delorier.
Oh. Well, that's why we got Jordan Nolan, right? He just hasn't been in a fight yet. But he's playing his old team who put him on waivers 3 weeks ago. A little bit of incentive there. Let's hope for Saturday night. Here's the Hope Sabres get a W over the weekend. We will get back to you next week. Follow us here at Queen City Sports Network on Facebook as Queen City Sports Network, Source for the Men. Like and subscribe us on YouTube, of course, where we're at.
The only Queen City Sports Network.
As we are.
No one else.
From Sean Joyce here in Red Room Studios.
Your co-host, good night, Josh.
Josh, get him. Good night.
See you later, folks.
Good luck. Go Sabres.
Great show.